Hey YouTube, this is Brendan with Cusack Prep. What I have for you here is a video proving the trig identity tan squared of x over tan squared of x plus 1 is equal to sine squared of x. Alright, so we look at this and we can see that the left side of our trig identity is clearly the more complicated side. And I start thinking about all the things that I can do when presented with a trig identity. Well, what pops off to me as I look at this one is this part right here, this tangent squared of x plus 1. Your teachers probably presented you with a list of formulas, and one of those formulas is 1 plus tangent squared of x is equal to secant squared of x. So anytime you see 1 plus tangent squared, or tangent squared of x plus 1, you can just replace it with secant. So that's what I'm going to do. Step 1, I'm going to rewrite this. I'm going to keep the numerator the same, but instead of tangent squared of x plus 1, I'm just going to write secant squared of x. And then the right side remains the same as sine squared of x. Now, once I get to this point, I can turn everything into sine and cosine. So tangent squared of x is going to be sine squared of x divided by cosine squared of x. And secant squared of x is 1 over cosine squared of x. Now, dividing by a fraction is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So what I can do with this fraction that's on the bottom down here is I can bring it up to the top. So I'd have sine squared of x over cosine squared of x. Instead of dividing, I'm going to be multiplying. And I'm going to be multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm going to flip 1 over cosine squared of x and write it as cosine squared of x over 1. And that has to equal the right side, which is sine squared of x. Now I can cross simplify. Cosine squared and cosine squared cross off. And I can see that I end up with sine squared of x is equal to sine squared of x. And there you have it. That's how you prove that trig identity. Thank you for watching.